Hey, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Hayes here again. Today I'm just gonna be basically telling a little story about myself. I think it's a really funny story, so um, I hope you guys enjoy it. In the background is some gameplay. It's actually a 12 kill gameplay that I got as I was playing a solo, I think, and it was pretty insane. I think because I mean I landed tilted, so yeah, it was a good amount of kills and a good gameplay overall. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the story. This is my craziest alcohol story, and it's not about me getting drunk. It's actually a friend of mine that got drunk, and oh man, just wait till you hear it. Okay, so just to give you a little context on the background, I used to be in a Hispanic band, and so we used to go pretty far away to some gigs. And on this occasion, we ended up going to what was it? We ended up going to Pennsylvania for this gig, and I live in Michigan, so we ended up going down to Pennsylvania, which was like 6, 7 hours away, and so we had this like really big 16 passenger black van, and it was just it was really comfortable. Like when you go in a 16 passenger van and there's only like 6 people in there, it's really comfortable because you get your own seat. You get to sit wherever you want to sit. And so I was actually laying down on our way there. Like it was just all really comfortable. I used to enjoy that really like a lot. But on this particular occasion, we ended up going with these guys that are like really good friends with the band. So they were like offering all the people that were overage, because at this point I was still underage. I think I was like 14 or 15, and so they were offering all the people that had were old enough drinks, and apparently they were like these crazy drinks because like even my cousin and my uncle and they all had some. My dad doesn't drink, so he didn't have any, but they were all telling me how crazy these drinks were. Like they were like saying, man, I got messed up on like the first shot. They were saying that they were mixing like 5 to 6 shots in there. I was like, you guys are crazy, man. And so we had gotten done with our gig, right? And they were all like just chilling, taking shots and stuff, and they were actually eating tacos as well. And so I don't know if you like if anybody knows anything about this, because I know I don't. But apparently you can't be drinking and on an empty stomach, like eat right before and then drink, because it makes your stomach upset. So my friend, let's call him, man, I don't know what to call him. Let's go ahead and call him Ellie. That's not his real name, but that's what we're gonna call him. So Ellie was taking his drinks, and Ellie's not a tall guy, so I don't know if that has anything to do with his tolerance. But so he started drinking and eating tacos, and me and my dad ended up going to the van because we just wanted to relax. We had just gotten done with the gig, so we wanted to go ahead and take some time and maybe even nap. And so we were down in the car, and like this is from what I know. I wasn't there, so I didn't actually get to see it, but this is from what I know. So apparently what happened was these shots were getting them really really drunk, and from what my cousin told me, Ellie was he was trying to dance, but like they could tell that he was like super drunk, because they said he had tacos in his mouth, and it was only the tortilla. Like they were saying that the all the meat was down on the ground, and like the tortilla was the only thing in his mouth. So I thought that was really funny. I wasn't there, but I can't imagine like how it was when he was trying to eat tacos and all the meat was falling, but he was like eating the tortilla only. And so they ended up like dragging him downstairs because he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay there, and they ended up him and another guy that was in the band. They ended up dragging him downstairs, and like my cousin is like I think he's around 6 feet. So he's a pretty tall guy. Him and another guy that was like 6'1" ended up dragging him down, and like it looks so hilarious, man. Like these two really tall guys, because our friend Ellie, I don't know what I said. Ellie, our friend Ellie is like 5'2", 5'3". I don't know. He's pretty short. So they ended up dragging him down. It looked so hilarious, man. It was like these really two big ass bodyguard looking guys carrying down like this tiny kid, but it was like our friends, my cousin and our friend carrying him down. I just thought it was hilarious, man. And what was even more funny is that once they got to the truck, because there were two doors that slide open to allow you to come in. So when they were trying to put him in the van, he was like, he put his feet up and he like didn't want to come in. He was like acting like a child because he was drunk, obviously. But he was like, no, no, I'm good, man, I'm good. Let me go back up. Like it was hilarious, man. It was the funniest thing ever to see it. It was hilarious then, but then it got serious. So they ended up putting him into the back of the van. They like forced him in because they knew he was too drunk. We could see that he was too drunk, and so they ended up forcing him into the back of the van. And he was laying down, I guess. Like it had passed like a good 20, probably 25 minutes, like that we were all just laying down there, just like not. I guess I remember my dad talking to me about like this is why you don't drink, like it'll mess you up, this and that. And I was just like, yeah, man, I don't plan on drinking anyways, and and then what's it called? And so like it had been like 25 minutes, man, and then it all out of nowhere he just started sobbing, and I'm like I have no idea what to do or what to say, but he's just like crying his eyeballs out, and he starts talking to my dad like saying that he wants to go back to his hometown, that he doesn't want to be there anymore, that he's not going to be in the band, to tell my uncle that he has to go, that he's going to leave tomorrow, that he can't be in the band. Like he's just crying and sobbing, and I have no idea what to do. I'm just like sitting there like kind of paralyzed, like looking at my dad like, what do I do? And my dad's just like telling him like, no man, you'll be alright tomorrow, like looking at me like saying it's fine, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, man. He's like really crying like badly. Like this is my first time seeing somebody that drunk, by the way, so like I was just like kind of spooked out, I guess. And everything was good, he was crying a little bit, but my dad was like, it's alright, like that's how they get when they're drunk, like you just have to let them be. So I was like, alright, so everything was good. But then out of nowhere, he pushes up onto both doors. Like he can't even walk or move at this point because he's so drunk. But he's like, he starts like saying like, I'm about to throw up, and he tries to open the doors, and right in that moment, man, he throws up inside the van. This is like, I'm thinking like, dude, what are we gonna do? It's gonna stink because it was already stinking, like it was already really smelling like really really bad. And in my mind I was like, man, I don't know what the hell we're gonna do, cause cause like I had no idea what we were gonna do, cause like it's a 6 to 7 hour drive, and we all have to go in there. Like it was stinking the whole car up, so I was like just confused on what we were gonna do. I was hoping that they had the situation before and they were gonna be able to fix it, but it didn't end up working out that way. But back to the story though, like how it was. So he ended up throwing up on the side, like it was at the edge of the van, of the like little step up where people step up. So I was already inside of the van. I didn't care. I was like, all right, I'm like not to step on it. Like I'm all good. And then he ended up throwing up on the edge, and then I ended up opening the door though so that he could go out because I didn't want him to keep on throwing up right there. And at that point, he freaking he started throwing. He was like hanging, bro. He was like hanging from the inside of the van. He was hanging downward. Like it looked hilarious, man. I don't know how to describe it, but he was like hanging downward. Like you could see his two little feet just sticking up from the van, and the rest of his body was like downward. It was so funny, man. And like I was like, all right, like I'm just gonna let him do that. Like my dad was like, yeah, just let him throw up for a while, and so he did. And then we ended up pushing him back up into the van, and that's when everybody started coming downstairs. So they were, like helping us. We were like, all right, well, we don't want him to choke on his own throw up, or apparently that's what they told me that we had to do. So we ended up putting him like sideways on the bottom of the seats. Like we didn't want him to throw up on the seat, so we ended up putting him in the bottom, and it was good for a while. But like I ended up falling asleep. Like the smell was unbearable, man. Like I don't remember how I got back because the smell was really like really really bad. But we ended up getting back, and when he actually ended up waking up, he did have throw up all over his cheeks. So I guess he was like still throwing up in the bottom of the van, and it smelled even worse because I guess he had thrown up because there was a lot in the bottom of the seat, and My uncle actually ended up making him fix it or clean it up. It was actually hilarious. But he was laughing about it too in the morning, so it's all good. He was Ellie is just a good guy. He doesn't drink anymore like that, cause that was insane, man. It was my first time seeing anybody that drunk or drunk at all, and I was kind of spooked, but it was all right after that. He was laughing. He ended up cleaning it up, and it was all good. I just thought it was a pretty funny story. Hopefully, I could describe it well. This is my first time doing a story like this, but either way, I hope someone enjoyed. This is gonna be the end of the gameplay as well. I end up killing this final kid right here. I already forgot how I killed him. Um, yeah, but if anybody likes this, I have a lot of more like stories from my past like that. That's how I kill him. I kill him with the SMG. What a dick! I had to freaking do that whole dance. All right, guys. Well, I hope someone enjoyed. This has been Hayes. Peace.